Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charleston, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Today, I got a pretty serious topic for you guys, so you definitely want to stick around and hear my thoughts. Anyway, before we do that, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. You know, I think the drama that goes on with ESPN and the drama that surrounds that network it's turning into like a running joke. It's like one hit after the other, one thing after the other, one thing after the other. And I sometimes wonder I ask myself, I'm like, why does this network always find itself mired in some type of drama? Like there's always something going on. You know how they talk about real hip hop wives of Atlanta? It's like ESPN is like the real hip hop wives of sports. Like there's always some drama going on there. First, it was the Rachel Nichols story. We just said this yesterday. You know, there was that entire firestorm that surrounded that, Maria Taylor, all of the moving parts, you know, all of the different shakeups. And then obviously it was Max Kellerman leaving First Take, ESPN First Take, and then him getting his own show. And there's always some type of drama. It's like, it's always something. And today again, there's a new one. And it's something that I have a lot of strong opinions on that I definitely want to share with you guys a little bit later in this video. So we all remember Cari Champion. Cari Champion was the former moderator on ESPN First Take, right? And I think she did a very great job. She had a nice personality. She had a lot of charisma. You know, whenever she made her points, she wasn't overbearing, you know, but she did defend her position pretty well. And I liked her. I thought she brought a nice vibe to the show. I also found out that she had a great, through research, obviously, I also found out that she had a great working relationship with Stephen A. Smith, even after her departure from the show in February 2020. Now, since she left the show, because I did a little bit of research on her, I found out that she actually has her own show. She's the host of her own show called Naked with Cari Champion, which she's the host of, and you can check it out there. I saw it on her Instagram page. So that's what she's doing now. However, recently she made some comments or some remarks about some of the things that Sage Steele had to say on the Uncut with Jay Cutler podcast that she went on, right? And she was talking about a plethora of things. Now, who's Sage Steele? Sage Steele is also a broadcaster at ESPN. She works at ESPN, and she's actually the host of ESPN Sports Center. I'm sure a lot of you guys who are watching this video right now have definitely watched some segments, more than one, maybe 10, 20, 30 segments on ESPN Sports Center. So I'm 100% certain that you've seen her on that, seen her hosting that show. Anyway, she made some controversial comments. So what we want to do for you guys is we want to play her comments, and we also want to play the response that Cari Champion had, you know, to her comments. And then we're going to give you our thoughts on this particular issue here. So before we go too far, I want you guys to take a listen to this, take a listen to some of the things, take a listen to the exchange between the two of them.
They were wondering, they're like, why is it so important to you to say that you're biracial? I'm like, because my mom's white, she's Irish Italian, and my dad's black. And I'm like, why not? Like, I actually feel like I have the best of both worlds. Barack Obama chose black and he's biracial. I'm like, well, congratulations to the president. That's his thing. I think that's fascinating considering his black dad was nowhere to be found, but his white mom and grandma raised him. But hey, you do you. I'm going to do me.
Joining us now to talk about this is Cari Champion. She is the host of Stick to Sports, Naked with Cari Champion, and a former ESPN anchor. Cari, your reaction to this on Twitter caught our eye. You said in part, my dad wasn't around when I was younger. I'm still black. I wonder what you felt when you heard Sage Steele saying that.
You know, I think two things that were happening. As you mentioned, even in describing who she is, she's very popular. She is really well known. And I think a lot of people, myself included, before I even started working at ESPN, Sage was considered a role model in a lot of ways for a lot of young brown girls. And so I think the reason why you're hearing so much about this in the community is because it's disappointing. And I think a lot of people, regardless of her experience or how she chooses to identify, for many years related to Sage as the brown girl at ESPN, or someone they could look up to or they could aspire to be like. And my reaction was simply disappointed because, first of all, it implied so many things that were hurtful. And it also shows that there's just a lack of unawareness on her part. And there was no one there to say, that sounds a little strange, don't you think, Sage, for you to say that about the former president? And it's actually disrespectful.
Now, here are my thoughts on this entire issue here. I think a few things. I think people can choose to identify themselves whatever way they want to, right? This guy, if you come from an interracial background, if you feel like you're mixed or whatever it is, you've heard different stories of people like Tiger Woods. I even heard a story recently about Vin Diesel, where he has like a very mixed kind of background, and people can identify themselves however they want, right? Everyone has the right to do that. Now, let me just give you guys some quick insight here. As you all know, I was born in the States, but I'm Nigerian American, right? And some people can be maybe wondering, how can you be Nigerian American if you're born in the States? It's very simple. Although I was born in the States and I'm an American citizen, in West African culture and African culture, I'm just going to speak for Nigeria for a moment here, you take the background of your father, right? So my mom is not Nigerian, she's from Sierra Leone, but my dad is Nigerian. So in Africa, you're considered a Nigerian. Even my mom, she considers me like a Nigerian, although I was born in the States, a Nigerian American. That's how it works in Africa. I've recently met a guy in an Uber, and I think he was from Spain. And I think Spain, they take after their mothers, right? That's how they do it there, right? So the different cultures in the world that have their things that, they do their things in their own particular way, which is fine. However, what I personally took exception to was her comments that she made about Obama's father, and the fact that she made it seem as if that she made it seem as if that she said that his black dad was nowhere to be found. Okay, I think this speaks to a serious problem, especially of some of our black women who are fond, not all, there's some black women who are fond of criticizing black men, especially in public. They get a kick out of it, right? They get together, they band together, and all they want to talk about is how bad black men are, forgetting that they themselves are black, forgetting that in many cases their children are black and they usually have black sons. They forget all about that, maybe because they had 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 whatever bad experiences with certain individuals. They want to cast, these blanket criticisms across the board, across all black men. I have a serious issue with that. The fact of the matter is this: there are a lot of great dads out there, a lot of great black dads for this particular case. I take complete offense to those type of comments. Secondly, Obama is a black man. He turned out to be a great father to his children. So if he's a black man, what point exactly is she trying to make when she said his black dad wasn't there? Well, you have an example right there of Obama, who's a great black father to his children. She could have simply said, and his dad wasn't there. But when you say his black dad wasn't there, it makes it seem as if you're trying to say that black men are useless when it comes to their children. I don't know what black men she ran into. I don't know what black men she has in her family. I don't know the black men that she dated. But please, speak for yourself. Don't go around speaking for other people and other people's children, number one, other people's dads. Number two, we don't need another person out there criticizing black men. They get enough. And I'm not making this into a racial video or anything like this, but they get enough. I'm a black man, right? And I can't stand it. I cannot stand it when I see black women, some, not all, sitting up there making it their job to criticize black men. And I'm very happy that Cari Champion checked her, because Cari Champion is probably looking at her like, yo, listen, I don't know what type of issues you have, but please, you need to cut that out. I thought that was a ridiculous thing to say. And on top of all of it, some of these women are so comfortable criticizing black men that she felt like whoever the hell she felt she was, she could sit back and talk about the former president's dad. My question is, who are you? What do you know about their relationship? Were you there? Do you know the type of relationship they had? No, you didn't know because you weren't there. Essentially, what you're doing is you're projecting something you already believe and you generalize in your head. And I take issue with that. I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's amusing. I don't think any of those things. I think there are a lot of great dads out there. I have one of them. Okay, I know a lot of great fathers out there that are not black, but since in this particular case, that are not black, but in this particular, I know a lot of great dads out there that will do anything for their kids. So please, if you have any negative things to say about black men, please keep it to yourself, or matter of fact, keep it to your own specific situation. Don't generalize about us. And I'm speaking to the women that are fond of doing this. If some people disagree, that's your business. If you're going to unsubscribe, that is also your business. But I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. I think this has to stop. There's too much of this going on. Way too much of it. Way too much of it. And I'm not going to sit back here and just kind of, oh, it's fine. She's a lady. It's fine. No, I disagree with that. And I'm very happy that in this example, Cari Champion, who's also a black woman, called her out on her BS. Because I know some people will say, oh, wow, why is a guy saying that? But in this case, you have a black guy and a black woman calling out that foolishness. We don't want to be annexed to that, right? Please don't generalize with us. Those are my thoughts and opinions on this. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Again, if you enjoy the video, be sure to make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell to be notified whenever we drop our content. Once again, this is Charles here from Dreamerspro. Wishing you guys an amazing day and catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.